Hey, welcome back. Today we're talking about Ramial wood chip and how we're using it in the market garden. I really believe that Ramial wood chip is probably the next big thing in market gardening, and not that many growers know what Ramial wood chip really is. You perhaps have heard about it. People definitely know about wood chips and their importance for bringing carbon back to the gardens or to the market garden, but Ramial wood chip is something else. It's one step further. It was developed here in Quebec, Canada in the 70s and 80s. The logging industry, the forestry industry was looking for ways to use byproducts of forest cuts, and they did a lot of research in agriculture to see how wood could be used in farming systems, and they developed a set of pretty simple rules about how to best use the power of everything that's in especially hardwood trees, top branches of hardwood trees. And so what Ramial wood chip is hardwood trees, and you cut them with a chipper like I'm doing today in early spring, or just like when the energy of the tree starts to go into the leaf and the leaf starts to come out. At that point, the branches are still very young, very tender. They're full of enzymes, they're full of microorganisms, they're full of nutrients. And you're chipping this, and then you're putting that into the market garden. And if you know a thing or two about using wood chip in the garden, the key feature is that it brings carbon, lignin carbon, a lot of it, back into the garden, and it's slow building humus that will be there for many, many years. And the trick when we're using wood chips and Ramial wood chip, what we do is that we put them not into the bed, but we put them into the aisles. And the aisles, because we work on permanent raised beds, the aisles are a bit lower, the beds are higher, and so there's a depression there, there's more moisture, there's more water there when it rains, and then the wood chip will slowly colonize. You'll see a lot of shrooms, a lot of fungi developing there. And the reason why we put them into the aisles also is that if you put those wood chips straight onto the bed, it's going to take a lot of energy to break down, and the microorganisms that are doing that, they're using nitrogen, and so you might have a nitrogen loss if you're growing crops. You can really easily see it. Some crops might turn yellow and just not be as vigorous, and so it's better to have all the microorganisms break down the lignin and the wood chips into the aisles for a first year, and then when you're ready to raise your beds again, the wood chips will go back. The only thing is that you need a lot. You need a lot of branches to make a little bit of Ramial wood chip, and so what we do at the farm, we do 1/4 of the farm every year, and so we want to do all of our different field blocks in 4 years. And it's really hard to measure the impact of adding Ramial wood chip into our system, but man, for just seeing the energy that it has and just seeing the bloom here in the springtime, I think it's amazing. And all the literature points out to say that it's adding a lot of good stuff. So I think it's really cool. So this is it for this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Ramial wood chip is such an interesting part of what market gardening can be, working with nature and using the power of plants to help heal the land and do amazing stuff while we're busy growing. So this is just one thing that I want to share. There's so much more, so stay tuned. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you want to learn more about how I farm, check out the Market Gardeners Masterclass, and check out also the courses that we give at the Institute. There's a lot to offer there, and if there's anything else, I'll see you next week. Hope things are growing. Hope you guys are well. JM out.